Okay, people, before we get started, just wanted to say I hope everyone out there is being safe with all this chaos and madness going on in the world right now. Shit is getting crazy, and yeah, just want to wish the best for every viewer that watches this video. And if you're going through something, make sure not only to protect yourself and your health and all of that stuff, but make sure you protect your mental health, because it's a crazy time out here. And one of the reasons that kind of got me thinking like this is the latest author comment from the creator of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata. He came out with a worrying message, so we're going to talk about that. Also briefly talk about what's going on with Black Clover anime, but definitely in particular I get worried about these mangaka, because on top of the fact that the world right now is in absolute chaos, these authors are still pushing forward, still going very hard with the pen, and I can imagine what it's doing, especially when I read stuff like this, to their mental state. Let's talk about it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be though.
So the author of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata, gave his, I want to say it was last week or a couple weeks ago, his author comment, just kind of like what they do every single week, where they say whatever comes to their mind, whether they want to promote something, whether they want to say thank you, whether they want to say a joke, whatever the case may be. Yuki Tabata gave his update, and to be honest with you, it kind of was reminiscent of Yoshihiro Togashi, which is aka the creator of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho. He usually, with his author comments, always gives updates on his health. This one was pretty worrisome, considering, again, like I said earlier, all the stuff that's going on in the world, but also the amount of pressure that is on his shoulders right now, considering everything going on with the Black Clover manga, the anime, and how much of his workload he has on his shoulders on top of everything else. But let's read what the man had to say, and we'll talk some more. Tabata's comment this week says, "I'm often fainted at my desk recently, but I want to know the cause. Pressure? I also want to know when to faint," which I guess he tried to turn it into a joke at the end, but honestly, him saying that he's often fainted at his desk and he assumes it could be pressure or whatever, that's alarming, because right now everything that's going on with the Black Clover series, the manga, is kind of in a pivotal point right now. The volume sales aren't stellar by any means. The franchise itself is doing very well, which I'm imagining that's due to like licensing of the anime. You know, corporations got to pay to license the anime and merchandise and all that jazz. It's doing really well for, I want to say it's TV Tokyo, but whatever brand that they're under. I remember reading that it was like the fourth out of 5 top franchises that they have going right now, which that's great. But again, the manga sales right now are stagnant. I want to say they're kind of waning, and right now I'm imagining the amount of pressure on this man back, on top of the fact that, in case you guys missed the video, the Black Clover anime, due to it being very, very close to the manga, they're doing some original storytelling that Tabata is also going to be supervising. So he has just regular creating his manga on his mind. He has the fact that his manga right now is kind of a do or die situation. He really needs to step this up if he wants to keep it going, like he initially had said a long time ago, that he wants this to go as long as, like, you know, One Piece or Naruto and stuff like that. So he has all of that on his brain, on top of the fact that the anime is close to the manga, so he's supervising the anime's original stuff. So all of that, of course, with the incredible threat that the world has right now with everything going on, I'm imagining this is really, really taxing for this man. So to hear that he is fainting at his desk and he's not sure if it's pressure or what, regardless of what, that is not a good thing. Definitely, I think we should all wish this man the best and positive vibes, because this is a scary time to be having any type of health issues, considering what's going on in the world. So yeah, Yuki Tabata, Tabata sensei, definitely ganbatte kudasai, do your best, and we all are rooting for you, man. So yeah, that's the update regarding the author of Black Clover and what he's going through, which, again, terrible situation. But also the anime right now, let's talk a little bit about that. Now we had about, in the last 4 or 5 episodes, we had a couple of filler episodes, which was basically recaps, giving us like, hey, you know, remember this happened and that happened, which honestly, it was, I guess, necessary because of the pacing and how close we were, but it felt just like, ugh, like one of those, I'm skipping this, you know. I think they were called like Nero's Memories. And then the last 2 to 3 episodes, one of them I want to say was like a filler, that Yami's beast that he has normally in their hideout, or, you know, in the Black Bull's lair, they got loose and Austin and them had to find them. So that was whatever. It was a funny episode, but again, a filler episode. The last 2 episodes, however, though, I want to say were canonical to the manga. They were adapting certain stuff, which honestly, the anime, the animation itself, like the movement, isn't anything like to brag about. It's like whatever, you know, hit or miss. But they definitely stepped it up at the very least in the art department for the last 2 episodes. The colors look vibrant. When Noelle is going to talk to Dorothy, everything looks real nice and crisp. They definitely stepped it up on the at the very least art department, which I always say with anime, if you're not gonna have the most fluid stuff, which don't get me wrong, it's not like we had big battle sequences or anything like that. Most of this was just setup. Like we had the comedic, oh my god, which straight from the manga, but the stuff with Prickly Queen, that shit still hilarious to me when I saw it in the anime, her running away from her feelings with Yami. I love when, on top of that, that's canon. It's not just like some filler shit that they added. I love when shonen manga can do that because, you know, especially coming from the generations where they would usually just like tease and dance around relationships and then maybe address it at the end of the series, maybe they won't, whatever. Black Clover, they do little different things where they actually go straight forward with it. Again, there's some funny stuff going on with it, but nevertheless, they still at the release attempt to address it. So the Charlotte and Yami scenes, loved it. It was just great when she kept running and screaming, and like they did the manga very much so justice. And it's crazy because like even though the animation wasn't like the greatest in the world, but it didn't really need to because it was comedic, for the short amount of time that they had to create these episodes, and you know the following one as well, when it was getting more into the mystery of curses and going to Gordon's family's house, I think they did a pretty damn good job. Again, this was like what, over maybe August or September that these chapters even came out, maybe a little bit after that as well. Like they're doing a pretty damn good job keeping this shit looking good considering we're so close. So the fact that we are going into some filler or anime originals that are going to be supervised by Yuki Tabata, imagine when we come back, if they continuously are working on at this capacity, we could get some really grade A looking stuff when we do return, considering we know what's awaiting because the manga has been absolutely fire since the time skip began. But the last 2 episodes, the canon episodes that we did get, they're pretty damn good, even considering the fact that, like, I remember in the manga I was a little bit like, when it was announced, oh, we're getting a mini romance comedy arc, and it was, you know, to deal with the Charlotte stuff with Yami, and even, you know, some of the stuff with Noelle and Oster, or her relationship with her brother. It still was like, I don't know if we're gonna really like enjoy this, but I love when a story can do that, give us the funny stuff, but still keep core elements of the plot and what we actually really want to see a part of the storyline. And when, you know, Charlotte and Yami is talking, Yami's really trying to get information on curses, because now, you know, the whole thing with Asta, how he has to get escorted out of the kingdom and whatnot, and they have to go figure out about devils and shit. So I like that it's still keeping it involved. The Noelle talking to Dorothy and the Asta jokes is still her trying to figure out stuff about her mother, finding out the big bombshell, which I feel like deja vu, like I was just talking about this. But the whole thing with Magicula, the devil that cursed her mom, and how, you know, Nozel couldn't talk about it and shit like that. All of that, really, really good stuff. Again, I gotta praise the anime when it deserves it, and it looked good, adapted well, short amount of time to do it. I gotta give it praise. I'm just hoping moving into, which I'm imagining maybe a few more episodes, and then we're gonna start going into the anime original stuff that is going to be directed by Yuki Tabata. Hopefully they could keep it going in a smooth transition and not get it to a point where, because, you know, it could go downhill real quick. It doesn't really matter to a certain degree if the creator is involved or not. I mean, it's a big plus, but things could still go left because we don't know how much control he has, how much say-so he has. He could give them a script of, let's just say, 200 bullet points, and they could take 5 of them and say we're going to do the rest the way we want to do them. So we don't know exactly how much control Tabata is going to have. I'm just hoping that they could keep it going and keep it exciting and interesting. Some of the things I want to see that they really incorporate very well and you know, dive more into is stuff like, you know, Asta's new abilities. How does he learn them? How does he learn certain things? There's a lot of things that they could cover, make them exciting and interesting, and at the same time, if they have Yuki Tabata's direction, it'll feel like it's still canon. So hopefully they address a lot of those things, and hopefully they don't screw it up, because honestly the anime still, despite those 2 filler episodes of 2 or 3, the, you know, Nero's Memories, which again, whatever, they were recaps, but since then it's been pretty good. It's been pretty enjoyable. They've been doing a pretty good job adapting it. Let's see where they go from here. I'm imagining, again, we got what, a couple more episodes before we go into the middle time skip anime original stuff. Curious to see where they go with it. But I'm curious what you guys think about this. How have you been feeling about the Black Clover anime lately? What do you think about what they're going to do with the anime original stuff? Do you think they've been doing a good job with the stuff of, like, you know, the Dorothy scene with Noelle, or Prickly Queen with Yami? I can't get over that. That shit was freaking hilarious. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future. But also, again, please send well wishes to Yuki Tabata, whether he's fainting under pressure or some health issues, whatever the case may be. I wish nothing but the best for that man. He creates some great stuff, and above all else, he's a human that we got to put him before everything. So if he needs a break, I hope Shonen Jump are allowing him to take that, because if he's fainting without him even realizing it frequently, it's not a good sign. So that's for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go, admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace. Last time, I'ma say last time. Moving on to the future, leave the memories as a pastime. Memories always feel like the worst. Deading all the past, leave it in a hearse. Sometimes I wanna lie, but I don't. Why lie when truthfully you get caught in it? Then usually it's all off and shit, uncalled for shit. Now I'm off the shit. Maybe lately what I've been facing got me crazy. No, I can't take it. Maybe